lesson this morning, and I was fixing my breakfast, and I was scrambling my eggs in the hot skillet with my fork, and I left my fork in the plate or in the pan, and I started toasting my tortilla in the other pan, and I needed my fork, so I picked it up and tried to lick it clean, but it was pretty hot. So if you pick your fork up out of a hot pan, it'll burn your mouth. So if I have a little trouble talking tonight, it's because I have a couple blisters in my mouth, but I'm okay. But I love the Lord, and as I was getting ready to preach tonight, I was thinking about what He had for us, and it's kind of similar. You know, it's not what Dad said, but he said it's a focused trust. You know, you got to be focused on your trust. But what I felt like preaching on is, we're called to be a light, and it's just, everybody knows that children's church song, "This Little Light of Mine," and I have wrote here, don't be self-centered in your relationship with God. And I was listening to a lot of Dan Mohler today, and this is a lot of what he preaches. Our relationship with God is not just about us, getting blessed and having blessings and going on about our lives, but we're called. We're on this earth for a purpose. And Luke 8:16 says, "No man, when he hath lighted a candle, covereth it with a vessel, or putteth it under a bed, but setteth it on a candlestick, that they which enter in may see the light." And light is it represents truth, and we're called to be the light of the earth, and the world is full of darkness, but we have the only answer. We have the light that will end the darkness, and we can't be so focused on feeling, the next time we feel God's love or feel God's presence, pushing and just striving to that point, because feeling is not constant. Your feelings will change, and you're gonna be disappointed in God, and that's quite the thing to say. There's obviously a problem with saying that, and it's not God. It's you focused on your feelings. Yeah. You gotta have that trust in God. Without faith, it's impossible to please God, and so that's a pretty simple thing to remember, is that we got to keep our faith in God. God is constant. God never changes, and we go through adversities and trials, and it's hard not to get focused on the trial and the hardship. Yeah. But we can't do that. We got to stay focused on the God that's going to bring us out of the trial. Yeah. The God that's brought us through all the trials in the past, He's the same God, and He's faithful, and so we don't have to wait on just when it feels right or when it feels good or when we feel God's love. He's always love, and He's always the same. And Dan Mohler, he sums it up pretty simply. He says, "We're on the earth to manifest God. We are on the earth to be one with Him, have a relationship with Him, and for Him to live in me and reveal who He is through me." And that sums it up right there. Our purpose on this earth is to go ye into all the world and preach the gospel. We have the light to the dark world. The only answer that everybody's searching for something. They want to feel good, but we have the only truth. And Matthew 6:33 says, "But seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." And I think I've read that verse every time I've preached for the past several times I've preached. That verse it goes over and over in my mind. God, reminds it to me. But seek ye first the kingdom. It's the most important thing. Luke 26 through 33. Are you ready? It says, if any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life, also he cannot be my disciple. Verse 27 says, and whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you, intending to build a tower, setteth not down first, and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it, lest haply after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it began to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. Or what king going to make war against another king, setteth not down first, and consulteth whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000, or else, while the other is yet a great way off, he sendeth an ambassage and desireth conditions of peace. So likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he hath, he cannot be my disciple. And that says it there. We can't be so focused on this life and the things in this life that we don't put him first. We've got to put everything aside and focus on him. Put him, he has to be our main priority. And we don't have to worry about the things of this life because if we seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness, all these things shall be added unto you. And I'm so thankful for the God I serve. And I want to continue to seek him closer and to make him more and more the main focus of my life. It's easy to get distracted trying to build your life and start your life, but we can't do it without him. He's got to be our main focus. And I love the Lord, and I'm so thankful for all his blessings. He's been so good to me, and I just want to go on and serve him.